has been to any of these mission schools and says they were forced to become Christians. Because I taught briefly in St. Augustine's College, and St. Augustine's College is owned by the Catholic Church. A place of worship is provided for our Christian sons who study there. So the claim that these missions have established this church, the schools merely to proselytize or to force anybody is very far from the truth. What we have said is to further our faith. I mean, if anybody comes there and they feel that because of the principles they've seen they want to convert, that is fair.
Daybreak Hitz.
Right. DaybreakHitz here on Hitz 1039 FM. And this morning, my name is Doreen Avio and I'm here with...
My name is Kwame Dadzie.
Yes, the crimers are here.
Let me say hi to Mr. Sakifio.
Oh, say hello.
Mr. Sakifio.
He asked of you this morning.
Hi, Mr. Sakifio.
Yes.
You know Mr. Sakifio? You do too.
Yes.
You do three.
That's my odogu.
Uh,
Oh, well, we're back here again this morning. Yesterday, we started a conversation and now Christians, should I say the Catholics are also speaking. And this morning, Reverend Father Michael Quaicoe is saying that he will be surprised to hear from anyone who has attended any of these mission schools and claims they were forced to become Christians. You went to a mission school. You went to Achimota. Yeah?
Yeah.
But you were Christian.
I am. And nobody was forced to. Yesterday I told you that the school respected the fact that there are so many other disciplines, right, when it comes to religion. So they made space for everybody. So there was a Methodist church, there was a Catholic church, and then there was also a Gamsu. I think that was what we called the
denominations.
The denominations. And they had days to meet. Okay. But aside the days that they had to meet, there was a specific day aligned that everybody has come to church because it's a school function. Okay. Now, in the school function, nobody was forced. If you're a Muslim, you are not forced to pray. Not at all. It's just that when they say all rise, it will be odd. They feel it to be odd that everybody is seated. Exactly. So when we all rise and we are singing the hymn, you don't have to. And I'm telling you that I know some Muslims who enjoyed singing the hymns. So we'll get up, and the way Christians are singing the hymns is the same exact way. Not because they are held at gunpoint to sing, but because they genuinely just love to sing. Do you understand? And they could relate with the lyrics because all of us at the end of the day, we are serving a maker. So if the song they are singing relates to something that helps them get closer to their maker, all right, they sang it. It's just that it was compulsory that whether you're a Methodist, Catholic, it's a school function. You have to be there. Yeah. So when they say all rise. When you are praying, you don't have to close your eyes, but you have to be up to pray. Yeah. Do you understand? So nobody was held at gunpoint. Nobody was forced to change. If you are saying that students rub off each other, so I can tell you for a fact that while we were in school, there was a Muslim that I know who converted to Christianity, not because he was forced or teachers asked him to or the school asked him to. He saw his friend, he was closer to a Christian who said, okay, he says, oh, I want to get to know this God you people serve. And then this guy slowly led him there.
Evangelize.
Exactly. He was supposed to evangelize. And then this Muslim turned into Christian. Wow. Not because the school asked him to, but because it was his own prerogative. So I don't know if when they go back home, because to be honest, he always said that when he goes home, his parents are extremely strict. And because of that, he would have to go back to his Muslim persona when he's at home. Yes. But then when he comes to school, he gets to be Christian. Do you understand? Wow. So I don't know if along the line his parents caught on to it, and then his explanation will be, it's a school thing. So now when the parents realize that, when he comes to school, he's a Christian, that's when they'll attribute the change to school, but it's not the school that forced him to. It's his relation. He met friends that are Christians and said he wants to be Christian.
So the word here is force.
Yes.
Are they forced?
They are not forced.
Do they convert
Nobody's
by
cajoled.
being convinced
No.
that this is where I want to be?
I stand on the fact that I don't think any mission school
Will
will
force
force. It's not done.
It's not compulsory.
It's not
but the
compulsory.
thing is that basically mission schools were put together not just for education, as in how to do maths or how to learn English or any other subject, but also to make sure that they evangelize and inculcate the Christian values in the students. That was one of the basic things that they had in mind before they put together those schools. So if you go there as a non-Christian, a non-Catholic, a non-Methodist, if you go into that school, indirectly, unconsciously, what they are doing is to also make you, I don't know, but let you have a feel of what they do.
Right.
It's an experience.
One way or the other, it is evangelism.
Yeah.
And that is the reason the school was established.
Right.
Yes.
What is the essence of Christianity? Christianity is to
It's to
win
spread the word,
souls
yes.
for Christ.
Yes.
Same way, if you go to Islam, when you go to the Islamic schools, there is a reason it is Islamic school.
Yep.
To make sure that they
Peace.
instill that kind of Islamic teachings into the kids or the students. If you are not a Muslim and then you get into that environment, there is also the likelihood of you getting influenced and maybe eventually saying, I want to convert to Islam.
Yes.
It is there. So let's not lose sight of that battle, quote unquote. It is a Christianity, it's a religious thing. People trying to win souls for whichever divide they belong to. That is there. Now, later on, when the various governments began to put in money into these schools, as in, okay, let's pay salaries, let's fund other aspects of the educational system. That is when we sort of relaxed on the rules, and so I can go to any mission school and feel free and not feel as if I want to be. They want to convert me to that particular sect of religion.
Yeah.
In the meantime, though, I believe that if you want to go to any school, you think about which school you are going to. Does your belief or do your beliefs align with that school's ethos? Yes or no? You want to go to an Islamic school. Do you like their teachings? Because when you go there, you hear them. You hear them go through all their doctrines and everything. Do you love that? You want to go to a Catholic school? Do you love the Catholic teachings? Because whether you're a Muslim, even if they allow you to hold your prayers separately, there are social gatherings where when you enter, they will say the Catholic prayers before they start, before they give announcement.
Yes.
So the individual, if you don't want your religious beliefs to be diluted, quote and unquote, then I think you should go to where you think your beliefs
But
align.
even without their dilution, I'm saying that let's look at the success rates of this number of people who have gone to the same schools like I have, that have still come out Muslims and they haven't changed their faith.
I agree.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Because there's still success rates. So I'm saying that if your child or your ward goes to school, comes back and has probably changed course, it's because he or she was willing to. No school at this point, not
Or
even a
force.
mission
They don't
school. They don't
force.
force.
They don't
Even
say-
the evangelism you're talking about, it's not like they're holding you as gunpoint to say,
No.
hey, give your life to Christ. It's something you hear.
You decide.
Exactly.
Decide.
So I'm saying that, like you said, if you think that your child, his or her faith is not as strong as you, then don't take your child to a school where he will mingle with people. So I get your points, but I'm also saying that let's take into consideration the fact that there's a success rate of people going back and remaining in their faith. There's still a lot of people who go to school and come back Muslims, and they go
and I
and
think
play.
there's a high
Exactly.
percentage of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Way higher.
So for me,
So this one, dear, we too, if you have been to a mission school, maybe you can also share your thoughts on it. Maybe you went to a Catholic school, you went to a Methodist school, you went to a Presbyterian school. That one, dear, is entirely
Or
up to
even
you.
a
So
Muslim school.
yeah, 0548-841-039 is our WhatsApp number, and also remember we are live on Facebook. We'll go to our headlines and we'll come back to our big story, so you can start putting your opinions and your thoughts together and we'll read them right here on the show. Ladies, what do we have this morning?
Right. So our first story is from My Joy Online. It says that the Parliament has passed value-added tax bill in 2025 and COVID-19 levy has been abolished. Yeah. Now we can buy things freely without them. The system is working 24/7. Yeah.
But why did we keep that levy for that long?
I was wondering. I'm like, COVID has back. Like we are keeping it there. Say, if you're trying to hold back, it's your preko.
No, Mahama, you do.
Right. Well, for now, it's not there anymore. Now, Deputy Education Minister rejects claims of sanitary pad procurement scandal. Get more of that on myjoyonline.com. Still on myjoyonline.com. Pandai ruling. NDC was aware of judgments ahead of time. Afenyo Markin is the one saying that he says that the NDC no money pan. Now, Ghana blasts Guinea-Bissau the coup and demands immediate return of constitutional rule. Get more of that on myjoyonline.com. Now, police arrest 3 for looting sardines after truck overturns on Accra Kumasi Highway. Get more of that on myjoyonline.com.
No, I hear number 5. Oh, I told the Kunuka Krebi or the Kobosu now.
What do you say about if they are arresting them? I'm sure it's not one. I'm sure if they were picking one, they won't be arrested. I'm sure they had their bucket. Last time I saw that a water tanker had like overturned like this, and instead of the people helping the driver, they were fetching the water. You can hear, Papa get it, bro. So I'm saying that when they say looting, it's not one. A person say, if you are not one sacks.
Oh my God. Well, still here on myjoyonline.com. This one says that trailblazer, guide, and mentor, sisters pay emotional tribute to Nana Konadu Ejiman Rollins. Myjoyonline.com has the rest of that story. Now, thief caught on camera stealing 8 feet tall Christmas decoration. Thief caught on camera stealing 8 feet tall Christmas deco.
He's going to decorate his own with it.
By your own.
Yeah.
BBC covers the rest of that story. Now, breast milk in children's eyes is dangerous, not a cure. Both children and in grown people, please.
Yes,
don't use breast
But
milk.
what about breast milk? Sorry.
In where?
Sorry. It's too early in the morning. I was about asking that. How can it cure sicknesses in adults, men?
No, it cures nothing.
Milk in the milk in the
You hear this question?
Say.
So, men and
men drink milk.
Yeah.
Breast I get, but milk.
now they drink.
So are you
Hey.
telling us breast cannot cure any sickness
Cannot cure.
in
You
men?
are liars. You have just conditioned yourself to think that.
Because sometimes it's
It's a stress
it
reliever.
heals.
Is that your experience at this point?
The experience of all men,
Okay.
including Mr. Hagler.
Okay. Or no, Catchfell.
Well, moving away from that, Nollywood actor Odira Mwobu dies in South Africa at age 43. BBC has the rest of that tragic story. Now, Kumasi High Court to rule on Akosia Sewa and Daddy Lumba's marriage case on November 28th. That's this weekend.
Now I heard the story of Daddy Lumba dying a German national and not Ghanaian.
And your mom found called Germany. Now something in that Germany. You should take him to Germany.
No, I feel like it's
bury him
dragging.
there.
Oh, it's dragging, Papa.
dragging?
When did he die?
He died in what? Is it
Was
August?
it July? Hey.
August?
July, I guess.
I've even
Fine.
No, it was July.
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 Even if it's July.
Hey, 6 months ago.
Hey,
Oh, yes,
actual.
yes.
Like
And
it has dragged, and
For
I
the
think
funeral, it had already been set for December.
right.
So.
But I'm saying that I hope that the
Yes.
family comes to an amicable.
Resolution.
You see, because at the end of the day, this thing, whether they downplay it, it leaves a toll
Oh yes.
on
yes,
you,
yes.
and it leaves an indelible mark that cannot be
Yeah.
that cannot be cleaned. So I'm just hoping that at the end of the day, peace comes. And then we just move away from it because it's been one court case to
You
the
are wife,
other. You are wife. You are
I'm the wife.
not.
I have the document. You don't have
And the
document.
funny thing is, the person is not here to defend himself.
Did you see the
Do you understand?
protesters?
So
People have been protesting.
That's
to
why
go to
people
the
said
courts.
Dana Hamilton should speak to Lumba, and let's find.
I mean, she said she's a ghost.
She speaks to God. She
People
can't
should let
speak.
it.
Not
Let's
literally.
Let's
Not
continue,
literally.
let's
People
continue.
took it so literally. I'm like, I'm sure her DMs are flooded with, please, my father died 2 weeks ago. I'm sure it's my family member. Ask him.
Let's
Please.
continue, guys.
This one says that NPP flag bearership raised. Dr. Educhum promises free university education. Get more of that on myjoyonline.com. Now, Kwandai NPP decries Tamale High Court ruling and calls it a miscarriage of justice. Get more of that on myjoyonline.com. Now, KMA to demolish unlawful structures on pavements and streets in Bantama. Get more of that on myjoyonline.com. Now, soldiers in Guinea-Bissau appeared on state television saying they have ceasefire in the country. Get more of that on myjoyonline.com. Now, Ablekuma West MP consoles mother of girl who died in Dansuma market fire. Get more of that on adomonline.com.
Oh, well, still here on adomonline.com. This one says that maize farmers in Brekum struggle amid delayed rains and early harmattan. And moving away from that, Obuasi miners give 1 week ultimatum over mining space. Adomonline.com has the rest of that story. Now, teacher unions demand urgent payment of delayed allowances. Oh, God, every year we hear something like this. Adomonline.com has the rest of that story. Now, 5 suspects detained in connection with killing of civilian worker at Burma camp. Adomonline.com has the rest of that story. Now, Quaicoe Flick slams abrupt cutoff during Wendy Shay's concert. I don't know if you guys saw the tweets.
I saw his tweet.
Very
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
He
And,
said he won't talk about it, but he's talking
But
about
why
it.
did he not speak to Wendy Shay though?
That's my
Or has he
thing.
done that already?
Probably.
He said he doesn't want to talk about
You
it.
don't want to talk
And
about it, but you're
it's-
tweeting about it. My thing is that if you want these things, can it not be discussed behind closed doors?
Because if you really went there to show love to Wendy Shay, and this happened, I think the
shouldn't
right
be
thing
angry.
to do is to speak to Wendy Shay about it,
Well,
or
you
the
can't
management
you can
about
speak
it,
to probably he
and
has
still vent your anger on
even if
social
he has
media.
spoken to Wendy Shay, maybe he would like to, just put it out there for whenever. Maybe it's happened to him one too many times and he just
Ashino.
wants to say it. So that next time if he goes on someone else's stage, people have that in their minds. Because whoever was controlling the stage over there, they are event organizers. You can meet them at another stage here in Ghana. They're everywhere. So Charlie.
All right, let's move on.
Oh well, Nicki Minaj has confirmed that she has an Igbo name. Get more of that on adomonline.com.
Okay.
Now, AG orders prosecution of police officer who assaulted GH1 TV journalist. Get more of that on GhanaWeb.com. Still on GhanaWeb.com. Don't elect a leader that will embarrass Ghana at the UN. Attach your cautious NPP. Get more of that on
He
GhanaWeb.com.
said, don't elect someone who will say,
On Pesara. Now, heartbreak is what drew me closer to God. Foster Romanus. There's someone saying that. Get more of that on GhanaWeb.com. Now, Rema throws shade at Ira Star for relocating to New York. Get more of that on dailypost.ng.
Moving away from that, GhanaWeb.com says that Buzzy Cash launches cultural-themed gaming product in Ghana. GhanaWeb.com has the rest of that story. Now, Edward Akwesi Boateng's ex-wife drags him to court and demands 50% of his property. Anyways, moving away from that, I want Ghanaians to see me exactly as they always have. Ifeodo is saying this. And to my last story, Musica celebrates 50 years of Ghanaian musical excellence, and you can get more of that story on GhanaWeb.com. And that's all that's happening in our world today.
All right, so there you go. If you're just joining us, our big story this morning says that I will be surprised to hear from anyone who has attended any of these mission schools and claims they were forced to become Christians. This is coming from Reverend Father Michael Quaicoe, and he spoke with Evans Mensah on the PM Express on Joy News. Now, this statement was made in the context of recent discussions and debates surrounding diversity and the enjoyment of religious rights within mission schools in Ghana. The discussion centers on whether non-Christian students' religious freedoms are fully respected in educational institutions with strong historical ties and administrative links to religious bodies. And this morning we're asking questions. Did you attend a mission school? Yemi, did she shed her part? But were you ever pressured to convert or practice Christianity? And do you agree with Reverend Father Michael Quaicoe that no student is forced to become Christian in mission schools? And what kind of religious experience, positive or negative, did you personally have in a mission school? And also, should mission schools have the right to enforce Christian practices as part of their culture? These are questions we're asking. Do you have any messages? I think we should start. We don't have much time. Yes.
All right. Kofi Kunta says, let's face the fact these mission schools were built to indoctrinate students. A student or a school should be a place for academics, not religious dogma. You think so? Eugene Dako says, why do Muslims want their kids to enroll in mission schools? For short, quality. Where is the quality coming from? Discipline. And all comes from the core mandate of these missionaries who started the schools. If you are a Muslim and you don't want to go by the rules of these schools, then just don't send your words there. As simple as that. You can't enter someone's house and dictate for the person on what to do. Send your kids to Islamic schools where you can get ample time for your worship period. Mahama Idrisu Fuseni says, all this long talk is noise. As a practicing Muslim, you have to consider your religion in all decisions you make. There are a lot of schools you can go and worship freely. So what is the point of going to a mission school knowing very well you won't be allowed to do your worship freely? Leave their schools for them. Must you go to Christian missionary school to excel? Daniel Agiri says, it's like saying Muslims should go to a church and have their religious rights there and vice versa because of freedom of religion. It doesn't work like that. Joe Enim writes, the principles of any mission school should not overcome the Constitution of Ghana. Period. Al-Haji Hakim also comes in with this one. He says, the missionary schools or the mission schools have their mission of building the schools. Exactly, yeah? Missionary schools meant something, and that thing must be respected. They build the schools purposely to promote and protect their religion, simple as ABCD. Islamic schools are there to promote and protect Islamic religion, same as Christians. So if you choose any religious school accept rights, limitations or restrictions. Tomorrow someone will come with his foul eggs and schnapps to build his shrine. Freemasonry, Buddhism, you are mixing things up. Okay, Judaism, etc. will follow then. What's the purpose of the Church of Muslims? Okay, do we have traditionalist schools, as in a school that is for traditionalists, African traditional religion, and then they will put the egg on the floor. Kwame and San, Kwame and San, Last one says Abu Bakr Adam. Okay, from Abu Bakr Adam, he says the mere fact that these Christian mission schools force Muslim students to take part. I mean, thank you very much.
All right, you have more?
Yeah, I do have more.
We have 6 minutes, so we have to share and try and finish on time. Yeah?
All right.
Read a few.
Now I have I have a few here. This is from Jifa Vosa. She says that I and my whole family were never forced. We were all schooled and committed. And Ahmed joins in and says that, look, we are grateful for what the mission schools have done for us. Thank you, but we are not seeking anything much. I beg, how can my daughter fasting at Wesley Girls affect the principles on which the Methodist Church was built? And Nyande Yusuf Habib says, I have more than 5 evidences. Hey, show us. And I have one from Babatunde. Or say, what is this one too saying? And Kweku Apau says, my question is, do Islamic schools allow Christian students to form denominations on campus? Yes, they do. And Hadi Abu says that stop deceiving yourselves. They are not mission schools. Governments invest heavily to make them grade A schools. They are indirectly public schools, and government is not run by the Bible. Wow. And lastly, Maliki says that we have heard those saying, well, they should go to or build Islamic schools. Well, think about the consequences of unintegrated society like in other countries that are conflict. And that's all I have here, Yemi.
Yemi, you have more?
Yes, I do. I have some more. This one is from Some of the names I have to mention. All right, this one. Well, let's start with Pasty Junior. It says that I entered Islamic JHS. We're all mandated to write Arabic. We were taught many of their surah. Some of us even learned how to pray voluntarily. We only sing their songs in worship. Our parents never complained. I was a Methodist, now a Methodist, and will be a Methodist forever. Let's say the truth. If you can't obey the school rules, leave and go where you want to. Abdul says, I was a student at Wesley College. We attended morning devotion, Bible studies every Tuesday evening, principals worship every Saturday, Sunday service, half-night service, and revivals. We celebrated and paid for John Wesley Day, all of which were compulsory. We were forced to buy Bible, Revised Standard Edition, and hymn books. What is the man talking about after all these compulsion? Is it time for some Christians to be religious tolerant? Mustafa says, I bought the Bible for my son at Presec Tamale. They have church services and no student should miss unless you dodge. Please research. John says that very soon Kweku Bonsam will go to court for a shrine to be allocated to students from traditional homes. Very soon, a parent will go to court to challenge why their male child has denied admission to Yas and Twa girls, vice versa to female child deny admission to Opokuware. Princess, when someone is being forced to go to church, what does it mean? Are you not forcing him or her to be a Christian? Yao says that Hitz FM, go to St. Peter's Secondary School in Kwetia, Kwewu, a category, a school NSMQ winners. You will see a mosque, a classroom given to Muslims. That there were mats and everything needed for Muslim worship. Ebenezer says, please send your words to institutions that adhere to the doctrine and beliefs you want your child to practice. Abdal says that the girl should be allowed to pray and fast. That in any form cannot change the identity or norms of the Catholicism. And then as Usman says that the AG argues that Wesley Girls SHS established and operated under the Methodist Church of Ghana is entitled to. All right, that's what I have.
Okay, and there's more here. It says, I'm Nanaya June from Spintex. There was nothing like that in our world, which was a Presbyterian school. There's one church, which is social gathering and all students must be present, but after that everybody is allowed to go have their religion gathering. Says even within Christians we had Pentecost, Methodists and others living their faith gathering after the official gathering of the school. Kofi Amwa say no to autocratic religion. Kofi J. Luma says, good morning. The Minister of Education saying no child should be denied of his or her rights of worship. So denying a child to keep their hair or braids, that one is not right abuse. Salam Kofi Doche says, when freedom education was allowed only up north by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, we had Christians who changed their names to Muslim names to benefit from it. Did anything happen to them? Let's stop this conversation and talk about better things. We have bigger problems in this country. Hey, Salam, you coming down. Good morning, Daybreak Hitz. Says, I went to the northern region to study for a year. I was going to school to have programs, and in the Muslim schools, it's compulsory to put on hijab, whether a Muslim or Christian. In the Christian schools, the Muslims can do whatever they want because the North is a fully Muslim community. Please, can we put away these discussions and work on our educational system? Doreen, Kwame, please, are you happy with the education in Ghana? Are you happy with our road network? Are you happy with our water system? And King Gabi II from 37 Goa. Gabi, I am sorry, please, the North is not only a Muslim community. I grew up in the North and I can tell you that I was in a Christian community. I grew up in the Catholic Church and everything. So we move on to Young Emirates, who says, good morning guys, watching you live from Dubai. For me, I went to Roman school and we all obey the rules and regulations. Good morning, Mr. Kwame, fine Auntie Doreen, the dancing queen Ajua, and sweet Debbie.
No, you were the dancing queen.
See, I've almost hit 50K on TikTok.
Yes.
By dancing.
Yeah, I think
working.
2 days ago I was at 44K. Today I opened and it's 48 point something. Sister, you for sure.
Have you been teaching people how to dance?
I don't teach. I just go.
Just dance.
and they're buying it.
I can't dance to save my life. Good morning. Well, it says, Benin from Nungwa. I thought the mission schools were established to raise the kids of the particular mission to grow and believe in the doctrines of their churches, so as they grow, they can identify with a particular church I think in the past it was strictly an admission to members of the respective churches only, and these arguments were not there. These things started when the government decided to assist them. I stand to be corrected though. And also Samuel says that I don't believe anyone attends a mission school by accident. So if you know you can't abide by the principles that guide these institutions, it's better not to enroll there. Choose a more liberal school where you can freely practice your faith without conflict instead of trying to undermine the long-standing traditions of mission schools. Remember, these schools had their own mandate from the start and were originally open only to members of their faith. It was their discipline and excellent performance that made Ghanaians encourage them to open up to the general public. So if you can't follow their rules, simply don't choose a mission school. William says that a very narrow and unproductive angle. But yeah, Atu Biga says that if you want to be a physician, you apply to law school. Famina says that always shifting the goalposts. No one can force them to become Christians, but you force them to pray with you and also deny them their rights to pray and practice their religion. That's the main issue, in denying them the right to practice their religion. And these are my messages this morning. Quite an interesting topic when it comes to religion. Dear Ghana and it is what it is. But let's continue the conversations in our home, in our offices, wherever we find ourselves. It is what it is. Ghana we did. But please, I also like to correct people that the North is not for Muslims. Please, if you go, you find some of the oldest churches in the North. Yes. When you talk of Catholic, if you go to the Upper East, you mean
the northern part
of Ghana? The northern part of Ghana is not only a Muslim, it's not only Muslims. They're Christian, like I can even say it's half to half. Like it's half, Christian. So please, it's not what you think it is. And if you went to the North, please, if you go to the northern part of Ghana, which is the northern region, don't think the northern region is all about that's what it consists of all the regions in the northern region. Please, I beg you. I beg you. It is not like that. So please, if you find yourself there, you can move up and you see more. So let's move away from that conversation.
All right.
And this is where we ended. Thank you so much, ladies.
You're welcome.
Yemi and Debbie for coming through.
Catch you later.